welcome to the first episode of American Healthy Habits. I'm Lisa Fisley, and together we're going to explore what it's like to take a property from absolutely nothing and turn it into our own personal Arkansas oasis. So this is the first episode, like I said, so if you're interested in following along and seeing the progression, seeing our positives, our negatives, our successes, failures, bloopers, etc., please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. That way you can follow along with us. Again, this is our first episode, so let's take a look at the property and see what we plan on doing. As you can see behind me, this is our 3-acre lot, part of our 3-acre lot, and some of the issues that we're having with the property that we just bought is water. Water is everywhere, and you're going to find out why. This place is incredibly hilly. There is low spots where the water is standing, and we've got a lot of work to do just to get this up and running. So let's take a look at everything here. First off, this is I'm calling it the 100-acre wood. Down here you're going to see this is where some of the water is running down. And what's happening here is it's running down, it's causing a lot of erosion in the property. So what we're going to do is we need to take a backhoe and trench down. And one of the great things that we're going to do with this is that we're going to take this natural occurring feature of the water drainage and turn it into a creek. As you can see, we've got some more water runnage down here. What we're going to do as well is we're going to take all the existing rock and make sure that this creek looks as natural as possible without any additional work. I'm going to turn around in just a moment and show you how steep this hill is. But down here is where all the water collects. It turns itself into a gigantic natural pond. Back here is going to be a trail that goes up, and again, this is all part of our 100-acre wood, our property, and goes all the way up really steep. This is an active creek that just happened because we've had a ton of rain. Turning around, this is our hill. This is where we're going to be planting our garden, our Arkansas oasis. We're going to have approximately 4 to 8 raised garden beds, and so far, we're going to be using cedar. One of the things that we have experienced out here in Arkansas is that finding cedar is incredibly difficult. We have looked in multiple different, like Home Depots and Lowe's, and they don't have any. We went to Sutherland's, who said that they did have some, and when we got there, they ran out. So now we're going to be looking at lumber yards. Now, the reason why we're going with cedar is because we understand that cedar is going to last a lot longer for us. As I understand, it's like 7 to 10 years, but please comment. Let me know what you have used successfully in your raised beds. Again, I am not a gardener. I've never gardened before. I've never landscaped before. Neither has my husband. So please comment. Tell us what you think is best for us to get this water under control, and to do a better job of gardening. Again, the whole cedar thing is what we found is to be best. Now, I've heard you can use redwood and other woods, but say, for example, the other woods like pine, they don't last nearly as long, as I understand. We'll talk about cedar here. Everybody loves the smell of cedar, right? Well, pests don't. From what I understand, the pests are repelled by that. Some things that I read, good pests are repelled as well, but then I've heard that they're not. So we're going to give it a try. We're going to get one bed. And we've got these little blocks. They're called planter wall blocks, and they are square, like X-shaped almost, and you can fit the slats in between the squares and build up your planter fairly easily that way. I'm going to turn the camera back around. You can take a look at all the leaves that we have. As I understand, this is really good for mulch. And also because it naturally produces, it breaks down, there's going to be really healthy soil underneath all those leaves. So we're going to use that as our planting soil. Now back here in the really, really hilly area, we intend on building a natural waterfall. And so we're really excited about that too. Anybody have any comments on where we can find some boulders that aren't going to cost us an arm and a leg? Please feel free to post that in the chat. We look forward to hearing your comments. So coming around to the back side of this very steep hilly property, we have all this seriously bad steep grading. The plan currently is to backfill this area and turn it into more of a flat area and then build a natural pool. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. But that's the current plan right now, is to flatten this out and add a pool. What I would like to do is right here on this planter, I want to add lavender, because they're beautiful plants, lavender plants. And up top on the deck, I want to grow some herbs like basil, and I understand chrysanthemums and hydrangeas. Things like that will repel fleas and ticks and flies and mosquitoes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so then now we're going to go over to the other side of the property, which has some other water drainage issues. So when we have these torrential downpours, which we've had, we purchased this property back in December. Since then, I think we've had a half a dozen days where it wasn't raining. So this is a lot of erosion that I've noticed just in the couple months that we've been here. This is another drainage area for the water. It's incredibly steep for me and with my bad knees, and the water just flows down. This is the side of the house. You can see my car. I'm gonna have to blank out my license plate, I guess. This is where we plan on building an outbuilding. Now, please let us know your comments on this. We're debating on whether or not we're going to do a tough shed. We're going to do, oh goodness, I can't remember the name of the other one. It's a wood outbuilding, and then also we're debating on between that and a steel building. It's going to be about 16 feet wide by about 50 feet long. This is where we're going to house our equipment. Why? We're going to need a lot of equipment in order to regrade all this, which is a whole other story. We'll be talking about that in another episode on the equipment that we decided to go with. We have spent the last, I would say, 20 or 30 hours looking at YouTube videos, comparing all the different tractors, and I mean, seriously, the mind wobbles. There's Mahindra, there's Kubota, there's Coyote, John Deere, Zetter, Summit, Yanmar, and the list just goes on. How do you know what's best for you? What I recommend, and please again in the comments tell us what you did, but what I recommend is to understand the needs of your property, the goals that you have for your property, what you're going to do with the property, and take that list to your local dealer, one of your tractor dealers. Let them come up with a game plan for you, and they will put it in writing. Take that game plan, that's the list of implements and the type of tractor that you need, and then take that and compare it to some of the other local tractor companies that you have in your area. YouTube it. There are so many YouTube videos out there that compare and contrast one tractor over the other. So that'll help you narrow it down. And again, in another episode, we will go over which tractor we decided to go with. So finishing up their little tour here, this area again is where we're going to be building the building the shed. We are also going to clear out all this undergrowth and build a dog run for our dogs. We have a Rottweiler, and we have a little designer breed called a Carlin Pinscher. He's about 25 pounds, and he looks like a little mini-me Rottweiler. Absolutely love him. The water, as you can see, starts to pool up right here, but it originates from up here. So basically all of our neighbors' water rolls down into our yard and of course our driveway. So we have a lot of work to do, and thank you so much for joining us on our very first episode. Let us know what we could do to make this better. Again, we are not gardeners, we're not landscapers, but we're going to do the best that we can to make this our own personal Arkansas oasis. Thank you again. Please like and subscribe.